Motion animation are one of the most important elements in a faceless YouTube channel. They are simple to make, they look aesthetic, and they can tell a very good story. But then finding the best tutorials could be very difficult. Luckily for you, I have made hundreds of these clips in the last few months, and I'm willing to share them with you. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the part 1 of this series, where I'm going to be showing you 8 legendary animations and how to make them easily on your mobile CapCut. So without further ado, let's get started. Here is the first tutorial we're going to learn today. So first, you have to open up Pixel Lab on your mobile phone, and you're going to make a few changes here. So first, let me add a color to the background, which is very important at the start. After that, you set an image size. You set it to be at 900 by 1600. Once you're done, you come to where you have your shapes, and you're going to be adding the circle shape. Alright, make sure that you place it very well to where you want it to be, like this. Alright, so make sure it's also centered. After that, you go ahead to copy, and then you bring it down again. Make sure it's also centered. Then you would add a square shape right here, like this. Also make sure that it's very centered, because we're going to be using the settings the way we set it right here. So then you come here to make this invisible, like that's a square shape. You make it invisible here, and you come here to select the transparent background, and you go ahead to save it. Then after saving it, you're going to come back here to your layers. The other 2 circles, you make them invisible, and the square, you make it visible, and you save that as well. Next, you come to your CapCut and you select the grid background, because that's the background we mostly use for such kinds of motion graphic animations. So then you come to your adjust right here, okay, and then you select the vignette. After adding some vignette effects, you come to your overlay right here, and you're going to be adding the pictures you saved from Pixel Lab. So this is the first one we're going to be adding here, the circle pictures. After that, you're going to come here to where you have your animations, and you make it as a fade-in animation. Alright, 0.2 seconds, like that. Alright, so you also come back again to your overlay, and you add a stroke right now. So as you can see, everything is well aligned, because that is how we saved it. So to add the effect right now, you come to your maxing tools here, then you select horizontal, and you take it up like this. At that point, you add a keyframe. You see that? You add a keyframe. And then after that, you go down to your y-axis and drag it down to the other circle. Alright, you see that, how I'm moving it. After that, you can come here to check it out to see how it looks like. Alright, so then you can come to add your text right here. It's very easy to add the text. You just come here to add the start text and then the finish text. You can choose the font of your choice or the style of your choice for the text. Next, we'll be creating this bouncing animation. Then you come over to your Pixel Lab. First, you select a background color, and we're going to be selecting an image size. We'll be using the YouTube thumbnail size right here. Then you come to your shapes, and you're selecting this box shape, and you're going to be doing what exactly I'm doing right here. So once you're done, you save this. But before you save, you make sure you put it at its transparent background. So you come here to your background and set this as transparent. Then you go ahead to save. After that, you're going to come over to your Canva website, and you'll be clicking on the add button right here, and there you're going to be searching for your YouTube thumbnail. And after that, you're going to be sent right here to the workspace. Alright, so it's very easy from here, because what we literally just need to do, we just need to get the bouncing animation. Alright, so it's very easy. You come here to your element, you come then to your search right here, and you search for bouncing ball. Alright, once you type the bouncing ball, you can see there's a whole lot of bouncing balls right here. You can come here to click on the filter effect, and you select animated. So you literally have to search for only the ones that are animated bouncing balls. You click on graphics, and you can see there's so many of them right here. So the ones we're going to be selecting is this one. So we'll select this particular one right here. And so after that, you're going to come here to add a background right to it. So we're going to be adding a green screen, so that it's going to be easy for us to remove when we get to CapCut. And also this splash effect, we're going to also get rid of it. So what you just need to do is you come here to your cropping effect, and then you can easily crop it out just like this. Alright, make sure you crop it well. Alright, so once you're done cropping, then you can see it this way. So from here it's very easy. You come to your save and then you download it into your mobile device. Then we can come over to CapCut, and here we're going to be using the grid background just as we used previously. And once again, we're going to be adding the vignette effect to this by coming here to the adjust option. So here in the adjust option, you look out for vignettes and then you increase it a little bit, right, depending on how much of vignettes you want. So once you're done with that, then you come over to your overlay. Right here we're going to be adding the picture we created using Pixel Lab, and that is the line shape. And then after that, you're going to come here to animations, and we're going to be looking for the slide right animation. So that's what we're going to be using right here. Look out for the slide right. So that's it right there. So you can then increase the timing depending on how fast or how slow you want it to come in. And so once you're done with that, you're going to be coming here to add an overlay. So you'll be coming to the video aspect and you'll be adding the overlay of the bouncing ball right here. And then you're going to be coming to remove background, and you click the chroma key and you'll be removing the green background right here. Then after that, you're going to be coming here to take the ball towards the left side like this. Alright, and then you also make sure that you place it very well so that the bouncing points will be well placed like this. So once you're done, you also check it out to see if it's really what you want, and then you come over here to your basic tool right here, and you add a keyframe. You add a keyframe at the beginning of the bouncing ball, and you can now move using the x-axis. You move towards the end like this, towards you take it outside a little bit. Alright, so at the end like this, you add another keyframe, and then you come back to your basic tool, and then you move it out to the other end like this. And once you're done moving it out, then you can check out the results. So here is the third motion graphic tutorial we're going to be learning in this video. So the first thing you need is coming here to your Canva and then going ahead to download your motion graphic elements. Alright, so you just come to your search here just the way we did previously. You search for it and then you download it using the green screen background. So this is super easy. Alright, after that, you come here to your CapCut and you'd add your grid background just as you've added previously, and then you can come here to add the vignette effects by coming here to adjust and clicking on vignette. Then you increase the vignette. So after that, you come here to your overlay. So here we're going to be adding the videos of the animated graphics that we saved from Canva. So here is the sun we're going to be adding here. After that, you're going to come here to remove background, and then you remove the green screen background by clicking on the color picker. Alright, and then you can reduce it and place it right here. Then again, you can come to overlay and go ahead to add other motion graphics into the workspace here on Canva. After that, you come here to remove the background. That's a green screen background. You click on chroma key and you remove the background just like this. And then after, you make sure you place it very well and ensure that you maintain the right scale for each element right here. So make sure you adjust everything. And the thing is, we want to create something really interesting with this. So we're going to be adding this particular one, and again we're going to remove the background. That is selecting the chroma key here from remove background, exactly, and you get rid of the background, and then you scale it into the position that will fit into the other one. So this is it right here. You see how it looks. So you can also come here and split these parts that you don't want. Alright, so you have to maintain the same length for each element. So you split that part and you add another element here, which is another exercise element. Alright, so you also use the chroma key like the previous ones to remove the background. So once that's done, you scale it in to make sure that it fits in very well like this. So once you're done with this, then you can literally check out how it looks like. So you're gonna see the transition and see how cool it enters. So again, you come to this end right here and you're going to trim by splitting this into two and deleting the other part so it's not too long. Here you also add the running animation of the person running. Alright, and then you remove the background, that's a green background. So you can see literally we're trying to create a transition from the exercises to, you know, the squats to everything, and then the person begins to run. You see that? So here we can also add an animation to the sun so that it shows when the sun goes out. That's an fade out animation. And then we can also add the clouds right here by using the, you know, overlay. You add the clouds and remove the background just like we have done previously. So you can also add an in animation to the clouds as a fade-in animation to it. Alright, so this is how it looks like right now. You size it to fit into the page. So after that, we're going to be trying to add some keyframes right here. So we're going to be adding a keyframe to the animation of the person running. So here you come here and click on keyframe. You add a keyframe at the beginning and you move a little bit. You use your, you know, basic tool, that's the x-axis, to move the running person. You move the person and there you move again, you add a keyframe. You move a little bit more, add a keyframe. Move a little, add the keyframe. So it's gonna show like the person runs out of the sports. You get that? So that is how you do that. Alright, so you add keyframes and the person runs out. See that? So it's very easy. So this is how you can create something like this. You can go ahead to add some, you know, sound effects if you want to. So but then this is exactly how to create this kind of motion graphics. So next we're going to be learning how to create a motion graph animation. First we come to Pixel Lab, choose a YouTube thumbnail size and a color. We're going to be using the black color, and then we add a shape which is a kind of square shape, and we reduce the size to look more like a line. After that, you go to the background and change it to transparent, then you go ahead to save this. After saving this, then we can go ahead to create the box shape. Alright, you can just use the black background again, delete this particular one, and then change the dimension to probably something like 1:1 from the square shape here. And then you select the shapes and then use it to create a box like this. Then after that, you use the transparent background, and after that you go here to save. So that we're going to come over here to CapCut, and here on CapCut we'll be using the grid background just as we have used previously, and you come to adjust here and you add the vignette effect. Alright, so after adding the vignette effect, then you can go ahead to start adding all the other shapes that you've created using Pixel Lab. So the effects that we're going to be adding here, we're going to come here to overlay, and we're going to be adding the line shape. So you come here, select the line shape that we created and add it here, scale it to the point you want it to be. So after that, you also come here to add the box. So this is it here, you add the box and place it exactly at the point you want it to be. So this is very easy, it's just for you to know exactly the principles on how it works. Alright, so adjust it to make sure that it fits right into the page. So once that is done, you can come here to duplicate it, and then you take it down like this. Alright, and then you move it like this. So depending on how many boxes or, you know, graphs that you want to create, right? yeah, I mean, depending on how many you want to create, then you choose or you duplicate that to that number. So here I'm trying to create about 4, so this is 3, so you have to duplicate 1 more. All right, so then you take it down just as you did before, then you move it. So once you're done with that, then you're good to go. So the next step you need to take is ensuring that you extend it through the entire length that you want it to go. Then you're going to come here and select the shapes, right? That's the boxes, and you're going to be adding some motion to it. And how you go about it, you come here to where you have your max tool. All right, using the max tool, you come here to click on the horizontal. Here you select horizontal, and you're going to come here and turn the line the other way around, right? It's currently facing down, but then you come here and rotate it like this. Yeah, you rotate it like this so that it moves from down to up. All right, so make sure that it's at -180 degrees, then you take it down like this. So at this point you add a keyframe, then you take it to where you want it to end. So this is where I want it to end, so you come here and add another keyframe, and then you take it up like this. So it's going to start from down to up. So you go over to the next shape again, come here, add a keyframe, turn this again from the horizontal, you turn it to -180 degree. You add a keyframe to it just as you did previously. You take it down, add a keyframe from there. After adding the keyframe, you take it to where you want it to end. So basically I want it to end at the same point where the other ones ended, so I'll make sure that I place it at the same point. So I'm gonna come here to where I have the max tool. Here where you have the max tool, again select the horizontal, all right, and then you drag it up to the point you want it to stop. So here, this is where I want it to stop. So this is the same thing you do for the remaining 2 boxes to turn them into a chart. So that the next thing you do, you come here to where you have your text option, and you can add some text to it. So basically, depending on what you're creating, then you choose the kind of text. So here I'm just going to add random text to this whole thing. So you make sure that the text is also well aligned, and then you're good to go. So once you're done adding the text, you can see the result of the bar charts you created. Next, we'll learn how to create the circle animation. So here on Pixel Lab, we're going to be coming here to create a circle shape, alright, and we're going to reduce the opacity to make it very low. You come here to your strokes, increase the stroke, and you come here to also add a color to the stroke. We're going to be using the white color to the stroke. So once that is done, you're going to put the shape in the position you want it to be, make it centered. And then we want to divide this shape into 2 equal halves to look more like a semicircle. So using the grid and using this box principle here on Pixel Lab, we're going to be dividing this using this box. So once you bring the box here, you're going to choose a color. We're going to be using the eraser tool. So first, let's take this back to the transparent background so you can see the 2 shapes. Let's merge them together. So once you've merged the shape together, you can see it right here. You can go ahead to select eraser tool. So the color we're going to be erasing is the black color. So you come here to erase color, and you select the black color. So you can see right now it has successfully erased the black color. Right now you can go ahead to center the circle, and then you can save this. So once you're done saving, you move over to CapCut. So now here in CapCut, you're going to be bringing in the shape that you created using Pixel Lab as an overlay right here. So we're going to also be duplicating the shape. So you duplicate it because you want to create a circle out of this. So but then the other shape you duplicated, you're going to come here to mirror the shape. So it's going to look more like a mirror shape of the other one. You see that? So now you're going to join them together. Make sure that the edges touch. You bring them close to each other like this. Alright, so once you're able to do that, then the next thing you need to do is you come here to each of the shapes. So we're going to try and mask these shapes. So you come here to where you have the mask option and you click on horizontal. So the first shape, which is the first circle by the left, you come here to rotate it to about 90 degrees. So you rotate to about 90 degrees like this, so that it looks really nice like this. Now you add a keyframe right here. You move a little bit further like this and add another keyframe, but this time around you just rotate it. The keyframe will be added automatically. You rotate it to about minus 90 degrees or thereabout. So basically what you're looking out for, you just want the part where it touches the other shape. So at the point it touches the other shape, you come here and reduce this like this. So from that start point, you choose the horizontal masking again for the next shape, and then you go ahead to mask the next shape. At this point, you take it to minus 90 or thereabouts, either 90 or 90 something. Just make sure that it starts from the point where the other one stops. So you add a keyframe there, and then you move. So you come here to your masking to add a keyframe, then you move over to the next part, adjust it a little bit, and then add another keyframe by rotating this like this. You rotate it. So while you're rotating it, you just be watching to the point where it joins exactly to the next one, and so at that point you stop, and then you add a keyframe to it, and then you see how it looks like right now. So this is exactly how it works. Next, I'm going to show you how you can create this flip animation on CapCut. So you're going to come here to your CapCut, and you're going to come here to add the vignette effect to your grid background, just as you've done previously. So once that is set, you come here to add the circle shape, which you can create on your Pixel Lab. So we're going to be adding the circle, transparent circle shape actually. So you can see it here. So increase it to make sure it fits in very well. So once that is done, you can come here to increase this a little bit, increase the length so that you can create more flips. Alright, so once that is done, you come to your text too. You add a text, you add the full stop, that's a dot here, and you use a font that is thicker like this. Then you place it right here. So once you're done placing it there, make sure it's centered. Then once you're done centering it like this and it's within frame, then you can go ahead to increase it like this so that it covers the whole space. So now we need to add some animations, right? But then let's see how we can, reduce this first of all. Let's reduce this. So you add an animation right here. So some people add the fade in animation here first before the flip. Some people add the flip before the fade in. So but now let's try to use the fade in first, and for the out animation we use the flip. You see that? So but then we are going to switch that a little bit. So here you come here to copy this particular animation here. You duplicate this and you place it on the right here like this. You see that? You come again to replace this. Alright, so you come here to replace it with this particular logo. You get, so it has to follow the exact logo combination. You see that? So whatever you do for the shape, that's a circle, you do for the logos. That is what I'm trying to say. So you can increase the length of the animations to whatever you want, whether you want to increase or decrease it. So you see that? You see how cool it is. All right, so if you want to create more flips, what you need to do is you come here to duplicate these. All right, you duplicate the circles and duplicate the logos. So the place where you have the logos, you just come here to change the logos. You can see how it looks like right now. You see the kind of animations it gave But then if you want to make changes to the animation, so you want it to come in as a flip and go out as a flip, you come here to the in animation and you select the flip, and for the out animation you also select the flip too. Then once you're done changing the whole animation, that's the in animation to the flips, then you can come and check it out and see how it looks like. Next, we're going to learn how to create this kind of animation on CapCut. So first, you have to come over to Canva right here and you can search for Earth graphics. There are so many Earth graphics that you can use here. You download any one of your choice, right, and you can save them. So once you save, make sure you save using a transparent background or you use a green screen. So you can use transparent background if you have a pro Canva. After that, you come here to your CapCut, and in CapCut you're going to add an overlay of the earth. Here is it. You add an overlay, then you increase it and place it right here. You can go ahead to increase the length also if you want. Then you come here to add an animation. You add a slide up animation right here, so it's going to come out like this. So you move up a little bit just at this point here, and you're going to add a text animation, and then you put like the hyphen like this. You do a whole lot of it like that, and then you come here to where you have the font. You select a font that is thick. Then still in styles, you come here to your spacing and you can increase the scale if you want, and the characters too. So you can increase that, and then you come to curve and increase the curves if the curves are too big or it's too big. So you can come here to reduce this. You reduce that, just delete some parts, and then you keep checking to know when it fits well for whatever you want to create. Once that is done, you come here and you add an animation to these hyphens. That's the circle kind of thing you created. You come here to add an animation to it. So you go up and you're going to see the type 1 animation. You look for the type 1 animation. I think I've passed it. You see that, the type 1 animation. So this is how it goes. It comes like this and enters. So this is the animation we're going to use. So you can go ahead to, increase it like this. You see that? So now the next thing you need to do now is you come here to add an overlay. So we're going to be adding an overlay to it, an overlay of an airplane. So you come here to add an overlay of the airplane. So you come here, reduce the airplane and place it right here at the beginning, right here. So you see how it is. So now you're going to start adding some keyframes to this airplane, because basically we want the airplane to follow the line of the dots as it moves. So you come here to start adding keyframes to it. So the keyframing is just the normal principles of keyframing. Every point you move, you add a keyframe. Every point you move, you add a keyframe. Then once you're done adding the keyframes to the flight, that's the aeroplane, then you can check it out to see how it looks like. If it's something that you love, you see there's so many keyframes right there. So now after that, you can go ahead to add text if you want to add some text to this. So lastly, we're going to learn how to create this kind of animation. So first you come here to your Canva application, and here in Canva you go to where you have elements, and you're going to be selecting this shape here. After selecting the shape, you can come here to add a color to it. So we're going to be using the gradient color. So you come here to colors, you go down to where you have gradient. So first color we're going to be using is this one here, this gradient color here. So you go ahead to save it or download it. So I'm going to download it using the transparent background, but then if you don't have the transparent, you can just go ahead to use the green screen to download it. Then after that, you come here again and change the color to another color. So we're going to be using like 3 colors basically. You come here to change it to another color of a gradient and you save. So this is what we're just gonna be doing. After that, you come here to your CapCut, and in CapCut you're going to be using the grid background here, and just as usual you can go ahead to add your vignette effect to it, just as we have done previously. Then after that, you come here to overlay, then we bring in the shape that we created using our Canva, right? So this is the first one. Then at this point you're going to be adding a keyframe here, and you at this other point you come here and reduce this like this and take it down to this point, so it goes like this. And so at this point where you added the last keyframe here, you come here and split. So you come here and split. And so we're going to be coming here to add some opacity keyframes. Alright, so you come here to the beginning right here, you select opacity, you add a keyframe right there, and you reduce this like this. So an opacity is going to be added to that end. While at this other end, you come here and increase the opacity a little bit, so it comes in like a fade and then it becomes brighter. Then you can come here and you can duplicate this particular one. You come here and duplicate this, and then you drag it down like this and place it underneath these other ones. Then you can come here and replace this other square that you just duplicated with another gradient color like this, and then you add some keyframes. So the keyframe here, you come here and add another keyframe and move it here. Alright, but then you wouldn't want to use your hand, so you have to use a basic positioning tool, right, like this, so that it actually aligns very well. So again, you come here, or you can come here and copy this particular gradient here and duplicate it and bring it down like this. And then you make sure that it starts at the beginning of the keyframe of the last one, like right here. You see that the keyframe of that one there, you make sure that's from that point. So here you can come here to move it here like this. You see that? Then you use your basic positioning to actually move it like this. So you make sure that it aligns here at the beginning. Alright, so make sure it aligns here at the beginning. Then at the end of the keyframe, you move it to this end like that. So once that is set, you can go ahead to replace it with another gradient color like this. And then for this one, you can come here and replace it with another gradient color. So we literally have 3 colors like this. You replace this one with this one, so you see how it went in, and then you see this. So this is really nice, right? So to make it more smoother, we're going to add some opacity gradient, just like we did for the first one. You come here at the beginning, you add a gradient like this, you reduce the gradient using the keyframe. Another one again at this point, you increase the gradient like this, so to 100. Okay, so you see how it moves smoothly. It starts from a fade to the complete brightness of the image. Again, you come here, add a keyframe, reduce the opacity, and then at this point, the other one, you come here and increase it to 100. So now let's see how it works, or how it looks now. You see, it's much smoother than the former one. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't also forget to watch my other videos. Do have a wonderful day, and bye for now.